Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michael, and if you have been following my channel for a while, it's no surprise that my wife and I love the outdoors, and one of the things we like to do is go hiking. Whether that's in the national park or any place we camp at, we at least try to find a good hiking trail nearby to go hike and explore. One of the most beautiful areas that we like to explore and hike is the Eastern Sierra. We have been exploring and hiking this area for many years and have done some epic trails. So I figured I'd make a video highlighting a few alpine lakes in the Eastern Sierra that we have personally hiked to. This video will give you an idea of the length of the trail and what to expect and see while on the trail. Just like any outdoor activity, some of these hikes can be considered easy for an experienced hiker or backpacker, and some of these can be hard for those just starting out hiking. So make sure to do more research on these trails for your own safety and comfort level. A few of these trails we've done while backpacking, but overall you can still do it as a day hike to these destinations. As a reminder as well to practice leave no trace when you're hiking these trails. With that being said, let's start with our first trail. Robinson Lake is located in the Onion Valley Campground. It is the same starting point at the Kearsarge Pass Trail. This trail is only 2.6 miles out and back, but it has an elevation gains of over 1,300 feet in over just a mile. This trail is really challenging since it's a straight hike up the mountain. It can be a bit of a challenge, so I recommend taking your time and break if needed. You'll be rewarded with a view of the creek and valley below. Once you made it to the top, there's a few rocky area and can be challenging, but having some good hiking shoes should be fine. Afterward, you will be rewarded with one of the most secluded lakes in the area. We spent roughly just an hour at Robinson Lake since we started hiking late in the day, and once we got to the lake, we encountered a lot of mosquitoes. So if you're looking for a short but challenging trail to an alpine lake, I highly recommend Robinson Lake in the Onion Valley Campground. By far, one of my favorite areas to hike is the Little Lakes Valley Trail. We were recommended by our friends who have hiked and backpacked this trail many times, and we were blown away at how beautiful this trail is. We did a backpacking trip and spent a night near Gem Lakes. However, this trail can be done as a day trip as well. Along the trail, you encounter many little lakes, hence the name. Some of the lakes you encounter is Heart Lake, Box Lake, Chickenfoot Lake, Gem Lakes at the end, and my favorite, Long Lake. This is one of those trails that once you get started, you will want to keep stopping and taking pictures, as there are so many beautiful photo opportunities along the trail. It does start with some rocky steep ascent, but there's a few areas where it flattens out a bit so you can catch your breath. This trail is one of the more popular trails, so get here early if you want to park near the trailhead. If not, you might have to hike another 20-30 minutes just to get to the trailhead. I highly recommend getting the permit to camp out on this trail and make it a great backpacking experience. However, this trail is still a perfect day hike for those looking for a beautiful trail with many lakes along the route. Located near the South Lake Road, just west of Bishop, you will find the Tyee Lakes Trail. We did this trail in July as a backpacking trip and made it to the Tyee Lakes, which was roughly 3 miles with around 2,000 feet of elevation gains. This trail was hard as we had a 40 pounds packed with us while hiking. But if you plan to do this trail as a day hike, it should be much easier. The trail itself is very well marked and the mini switchback made for a challenging climb with a pack on. We did this trail in July and the weather was perfect during the day, but we did encounter a lot of mosquitoes. There's a few creeks running along the trail and we had a lot of beautiful wildflowers when we went. Along the trail there's a few openings in the tree line and you get to have a beautiful view of the valley below. It took us roughly 3 hours to get from the trailhead to the highest lake, and once you get towards the top you will be rewarded with a few alpine lakes to chill and relax. This trail is truly beautiful and it wasn't as crowded as we thought. We ran into maybe 10 day hikers as well as maybe 5 backpackers the whole time we were there. So if you're looking for a great alpine lake trail and not as popular as Little Lake Valley or Big Pine Lake, I highly recommend Tyee Lakes Trail. Alright guys, hopefully this video have been helpful so far in your research of Alpine Lake Trail to hike to the Eastern Sierra. It takes a lot of work to put a video like this together, so if you can, please hit that like button real quick. That will help out this video tremendously. Thank you so much for that. Now let's get back into the video. Kearsarge Pass is one of the more popular paths in the Eastern Sierra for hikers, backpackers, and runners. This trail leading to Heart Lake is one of the more challenging trails we've done along the Eastern Sierra. Starting at the Onion Valley Campground, this trail will take you along some of the most beautiful alpine lakes we have seen in the Eastern Sierra. We started early as we wanted to take our time enjoying the many lakes this trail has to offer. It took us roughly 6 hours to complete as we also did a detour to see Matlock Lake. I highly recommend if you have extra time to see this lake as well. If you plan to do this trail as a day hike, I recommend bringing along a lot of snack and water as this hike can really drain you of your energy. This trail will start out roughly 9,000 feet and will take you to almost 11,000 feet. This is one of the more popular trails, so you will encounter a lot of day hikers as well as thru hikers and backpackers. However, we noticed that once you reach the first few lakes, most day hikers will stop there, but won't continue on to see Matlock Lake or Heart Lake, so the traffic will be a bit lighter as you climb above 10,000 feet. If you can, however, get a backpacker permit for this trail, I highly recommend spending one night along the trail. That way you're able to take in the beauty of this pass. Kearsarge Pass will continue to be one of my favorite hiking trails in the Eastern Sierra. Starting at the Little Lakes Valley trailhead, this trail leading up to Ruby Lake is definitely a good 4 to 5 hours trail. You will hike along the Little Lakes Valley until you hit a fork in the road, and keeping right would take you along the Mono Pass leading to Ruby Lake. This trail roughly 4 miles out and back and would take you from an elevation of roughly 10,000 feet to a bit over 11,000 feet. Hiking along the trail, you will cross a few stream and creek and finally reaching Ruby Lake at the end. Unfortunately, when we went, the weather wasn't perfect and we had some overcast cloud, therefore didn't get to see how blue this water really is. But from pictures we've seen online of this lake, it is truly beautiful when the sun is out, and it's a perfect place to relax, have a snack or lunch, and take in the beauty of the surrounding landscape. We encountered so many beautiful wildflowers when we went, and overall had an enjoyable day hiking up to the Ruby Lake. So if you're looking for another trail besides hiking along the Little Lake Valley, I highly recommend making your way up to Ruby Lake. I think one of the most popular alpine lake trail to do in the Eastern Sierra has to be Big Pine Lakes Trail. This trail has gotten very popular over the years due to the many photos of the iconic view on social media. We hiked this trail over 6 years ago and unfortunately lost most of the footage of this trail. However, if you look up Big Pine Lakes Trail, there's so much information online regarding this trail. This trail is one of the more longer day hike trail we have done in the Eastern Sierra, as we hiked roughly 8 miles total that day. This trail is very popular with backpacker, and therefore getting the permit for this trail can be very hard. However, if you want a full day of hiking to see one of the most iconic lakes in the Eastern Sierra, then I highly recommend doing this trail. This trail starts out at roughly 7,700 feet and takes you all the way up to a bit over 10,000 feet. On the way, you encounter creeks, streams, and waterfalls. And there's a historic cabin along the trail as a halfway point. Definitely bring food, snacks, and water for this trail, as it's one of the longer trail. Big Pine Lake will continue to be one of the more iconic alpine lake trail in the Eastern Sierra. Alright guys, hopefully this video was somewhat helpful for anyone looking for good alpine lakes to hike in the Eastern Sierra. The Eastern Sierra has so many alpine lakes and so many hiking trails, so this is just a few that I personally have done throughout the years with my wife in this area. I'm constantly looking for new hiking trails as well in the Eastern Sierra, so if you know any good ones that I must hit up next time, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you have any question regarding these trails, feel free to let me know in the comment section as well. I try to reply back as best as I can. As was mentioned, please take care of these trails and practice leave no trace when hiking these amazing trails. If you guys are into hiking, camping, off-roading, and overlanding content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. That will help this video out tremendously. Until the next adventure, Happy trailing!